Come along, princess. My boys won't be too happy if they catch you wandering around without me. We might be working together now, but they don't know that yet. And I'd keep your guard up even after I make the announcement. Like I told you before, you never know when one of them might decide to seize the opportunity to run off with you and hold you for ransom. It's not that likely to happen, but better safe than sorry. Oh yeah, you said it. This whole mess burns me up. The Barian Empire is one of the world's wealthiest nations. They could have easily paid me what they promised for kidnapping you. That kind of money is just a drop in the bucket for them. They just wanted to pull one over me so that they can pat themselves on the back and pretend they're smart. Let me tell you, the smart thing is not crossing the best bandit crew this side of the Harris River. Huh? Oh yeah. I suppose you're mad on the account of them hiring me in the first place. But hey, we wouldn't be in the position to take those self-righteous blockheads down a peg otherwise. Sort of a blessing in disguise, don't you think? Alright then. We're just about there. Well now, it sounds like we've got a bit of bad news from the messenger over there, haven't we, boys? I know. Believe me, nothing worse than some rich prick who won't pay up for a job. But if they won't pay, then I guess they just won't pay. Hold on now. I never said we wouldn't do anything about it now, did I? I'm thinking that it's about time for a change of scenery. What do you say we hop on over to the Barian Empire and show them what it's like to be on the wrong end of a heist? That's what I like to hear. Now, let that messenger loose so they can tell the Empire we're coming, and that we mean business. Attaboys. Everyone start packing their things. We're moving. And as for you, princess, follow me to the planning room. Ooh, right. By the way, boys, the royal whelp is sticking around, so treat her like a guest, yeah? We're bandits, but we're civilized bandits. Alright, on we go. No, that's not the real plan. We wouldn't need your help for anything if it was just that. We just needed the messenger to think it was so that they could warn the Empire. Oh no, we're aiming higher than just that. We're going to dethrone the Emperor. Oh, look at your face. Come on, a royal whelp like you, scared of some politics? Still, I'll admit it's a risky play. I've thought about it before, but I've never dared to try it until now. The rewards if we succeed will be enormous, but so are the risks. Ah, here we are. Best to discuss plans in the planning room, don't you think? It is what it's there for, after all. Alright, so, ever since the Barian Empire contacted me, I've been doing what I can to learn about them. Turns out that was a pretty good idea. So, here's what I know. See, the Barians believe their emperor was chosen by some sort of god to rule. They have a fancy artifact that's supposed to glow when the emperor's true ruler holds it. But I, for one, don't believe a word of it. Even if that god of theirs is the real deal, I doubt it would choose someone as weaselly as the current emperor. You could write a whole book about the things that guy gets away with. Yeah, my thought is that artifact is a fraud. It must have some way of glowing for whoever the Empire's elite wanted to. If we can get it to work for us, though, we can choose our own candidate to take his place. What do you mean, who? Obviously you. Sure. You're royalty, aren't you? You were raised to know how to run a country. An empire can't be that different, can it? Alright, well, it's not like we have a lot of good options. But think of it this way. If you become the next leader of the Barian Empire, then your kingdom is safe. You could absorb your old kingdom into the Empire and give it all the benefits of membership while letting it retain independence. Or just leave it alone. Your old man will be free to cheat the common people without worry like he's been doing his whole life. Relax, relax. I'm joking. Mostly. Look, the point is, it's a great opportunity for you, and honestly, it's the only way this ends in a win for you. There aren't any other options. Look, for what it's worth, I think you do an alright job. I don't know if you know this, but you sort of have a reputation among the common folk in this kingdom. People think you're the one who's going to fix all of your old man's mistakes. Well, mostly it's because of what you did a couple of years ago. Do you remember that? There was this noblewoman who everyone couldn't stand. She was absolutely rotten, treating her townsfolk like slaves and working them to the bone. She was famous for making life miserable for her people, but she owned the largest military forces among all of the noble houses. Your pops couldn't do a thing about her, because if he did, she might try to break off and form her own rival nation, and our kingdom would have lost all of her soldiers. But you heard about it, and you wouldn't let it happen. You went behind the king's back and sent out messages to every village in the kingdom asking for help in housing anyone who wanted to leave her lands, and you used some of your own portion of the treasury to fund it. People left her by the hundreds. I hear your old man was steamed about it, but it worked. She was absolutely seething with rage about the whole thing, but you knew that she couldn't leave after that. If she separated, she wouldn't have enough workers to manage her own kingdom. She had to rely on trade with the other nobles instead. It was an absolutely brilliant move, and it saved hundreds from mistreatment. And that's why I think you're the one for the job. You might be a prissy, uppity, spoiled princess, but you know how to take care of your people like I do. I always respected that about you. Honestly, I wasn't too sure about it when they said they wanted me to kidnap you. But, the reward was too good to pass up. As mad as I am that I was swindled, I'm actually glad you aren't being carted off somewhere where you'd be no good to anyone. Oh, shut it. Don't get all smug, princess. It's just the truth. Anyway, that's the plan. Are you in, or what? What? What's in it for me, you say? I guess you got me there. The truth is, I do want something from you if we can get you onto the Imperial throne. I want you to set aside some land for me and my crew and pardon us. The bandit life is exciting and all, but it's dangerous. We might not be violent, but there are plenty of people who are willing to fight us to the death to protect their goods. All of us are just doing this because we don't have other options. But if you can provide us a place to live and let us off the hook for our outlaw days, I guarantee the boys will happily settle down. Most of them, anyway. That's all we really want. Do we have an agreement? Good. So, the first step will be to get into the Barian Empire. They know we're coming, but we're going to use that to our advantage. See, the Gentle Bandits have a rival, another bandit crew called the Black Raiders. Yeah, I always thought the name was cliché, but unlike us, they're violent and merciless. I've never liked them. So anyway, we can kill two birds with one stone. We have some costumes to make my men look like they're from the Barian Empire. We were considering using them for, well, your kidnapping. It ended up not being necessary, but we can use them here. All we have to do is steal a bunch of junk from one of the raiders' stashes and make them think it was the Empire. They're not the brightest, so they won't question why the Empire would steal from them, or whether it's a smart idea to pick a fight. They'll just attack. I wager that the Empire isn't going to be able to tell the difference between us and the raiders, so we can sneak across the border with the supplies we stole while they are occupied with each other. The Empire will hopefully think it was us and that they stopped us. Even if they don't, we can hide away before they realize what's going on. After that, it's just a matter of getting that artifact. What do you think? Not bad, right? Of course it's a good plan. It's mine, after all. Alright, I'll send a group to go mess with the raiders. We'll have found a new hideout within the Barian Empire borders before the week is out. And hey, thanks. I gotta say, you're taking all of this in stride. It's pretty impressive. And kinda scary. Anyway, I look forward to working with you.